You can't believe the last couple of days I've had. You all been in Bethlehem long? Well, my first time too. How's my ears? Beautiful. Let me ask you something. Have you ever carried a pregnant woman 90 miles on your back? And I'm not talking first trimester. I'm talking balloon ready to pop pregnant. I am exhausted. Yeah. Hey, Ralphie. Rabbit. No sitting on the altar rail. That's not allowed here. This is a respectable town. Who are you, Sheriff Chief Jenkins? Ralphie? I'll never shoot my eye out. Rabbit? Do I look like a rabbit to you? That's the right answer. Right answer. I'll ask somebody that's honest. Do I look like a rabbit to you? I'm a donkey. Well, you could have fooled me. My name is Harry, and your donkey, if that is what you are, is going to be killing you, if you know what I mean, unless you move along. Listen, fella, you can't talk to me that way. I just completed a very important mission. The world needed something, and I brought it. What, did you just get done filming Shrek 3? Shrek 3. No, but maybe after this play, I will get some parts. Yeah, and I'll be on Sesame Street come next week. So what is this important mission that you accomplished? I played a part in fulfilling the prophecy of God. Well, whoa, one. Stop right there. There is only one God in these parts, and his name is Caesar Augustus. This guy. And I was not informed by any of my superiors that a donkey has any part of his master plan. Well, here's the problem, Harry, because you don't know God's master plan. Look, I'm going to take it easy on you because it looks like you've done this about 4 times. I have. But you can get in trouble saying these things, so you better keep it down. Say, I just started my shift and the internet's down. So why don't you try to entertain me with this story of this so-called master plan? And then I'll decide if I'm going to arrest you for sitting on an altar rail. They can't arrest you for sitting on an altar rail. They can just frown at you. All right, I'll tell you the story. It all started with my master Joseph and his betrothed wife Mary. Betrothed? What is that, like, was she royalty or something? No, Harry, not royalty. They were very poor. Mary and Joseph were poor. Let me see. What other word should I use? His fiancée. Oh, fiancée. What are you, from France? Is that okay, Kat? Where's she here? Never worked with orange people. Let me tell you. No, Harry, it was his future wife. It all started with that. Well. Well. That is not entirely correct. You see, it started long before them. I am an expert on these things. You see, I teach Sunday school every Sunday morning at Newmarket at 9:30 in case you do not have anything to do. Okay, Sunday school teacher, you want to be technical. It all started with Elizabeth and Zachariah. Well, if you want to get technical, you can. If you want to be right, it all started way before them with Father Abraham. Father Abraham? We don't got time for Father Abraham. These people got to get to lunch. Oh, this is getting good. Fight. Smack right in that neck, that donkey. God promised Abraham many things. God promised Abraham that one of his dependents should be a blessing to all nations.
The prophet Isaiah told us of what his descendant would do.
I know. He will bring free pizza to everyone in the world.
Is that all you Romans think about is eating?
Let me see. Eating and taking over the world? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we did.
Well, not quite. I am the prophet Isaiah. I foretold of this coming of a child, born to a virgin, who would deliver all humanity from sin and death. His name will be Emmanuel, God with us. See, it is here in the Holy Scriptures. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And the zeal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish this. And donkey, you are the one who carried this child into the city in which it was told he would be born, Bethlehem.
In your face, orangey freaky guy. I am important.
Hey, Eeyore. Don't pick up my skin color. Just because I'm not a dull gray from Home Depot doesn't mean I don't have feelings.
Okay. I'm sorry, Harry. But Prophet, now can I tell these people about Zachariah and Elizabeth?
No, you can't, but they can.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Zach.
And now I'm Elizabeth, but you can call me Beth. Zachariah, aren't all of these children just lovely? There was a time in which I thought I would never have a child such as yourselves. I had always wanted children, but I was very old.
Ready, everyone? How old were you? Let's get that one more time. One more. I'm three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
How old were you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud.
We were too old to have children, I'll tell you that. She was as old as your grandparents. Can you imagine your grandparents having children?
Nope. And nightmares are going to be filled with that image tonight.
All right, you two. Zach, you were no spring chicken either. We had prayed every day in our lives that God would bless us with a child. And as we grew older, well, we lost hope. But one day,
I was serving in the temple of the highest God. You see, I'm a priest, a servant of God. And while I was serving him, an angel spoke to me.
Don't fear, Zechariah, your prayer has been heard. Elizabeth, your wife, will bear a son by you. You are to name him John. You're going to leap like a gazelle for joy, and not only you, many will delight in his birth. He'll achieve great stature with God. He will herald God's arrival in the style and strength of Elijah, soften the hearts of parents to children, and kindle devout understanding among hardened skeptics. He'll get the people ready for God. You see, something is wrong with the world and needs to be set right.
Well, I said, I am old. This is impossible. I did not believe what God had told me.
Hey, shut your mouth. I am the Archangel Gabriel, the sentinel of God, and I can play a mean trumpet, as you just made me do. I was sent here especially to bring you this good news, but because you won't believe me, you will be unable to speak until your son's birth. Every word I have spoken to you will come true on time, on God's time.
And so I became pregnant, and Zach was unable to say a word. It was the most peaceful 9 months I've ever had.
And we had a baby and called him John. And boy, the angel was right. He was a wild one, full of the Holy Spirit, just like your mom and dad sometimes tell you. And when he grew, he announced the coming of the baby that Isaiah foretold.
Who is this baby? No, again, 0 for 3.
Yeah, we'll drop it next time.
Yeah, we'll drop that one.
I'm telling you, Harry, this is the baby that rode on my back. This is God, Son of God, to come to Bethlehem. That's who I brought. It wasn't really the baby. I mean, the baby was with the mom. You guys get it. He was along for the ride.
Let me tell you about his mother, Mary. Mary was a poor girl, and she was very young. Oh, for land's sakes, why don't I just let her tell you?
Good morning, Mary. You're beautiful with God's beauty, beautiful inside and out. God be with you.
I'm so frightened. You're scaring the bejesus out of me. Jesus. Get it?
Mary, you have nothing to fear. God has a surprise for you. You will become pregnant and give birth to a son and call him Jesus. He will be great. He will be called Son of the Highest. He will rule Jacob's house forever. No end ever to his kingdom.
But how can this be? I'm not even married yet.
The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of God will wash over you. Therefore, the child you bring to birth will be called Holy, Son of God. This baby is what the world needs, now more than ever. And did you know that your cousin Elizabeth conceived a son despite her obstinate husband, old as she is? Everyone called her barren, and yet she is 6 months pregnant. Nothing you see is impossible with God.
Yes, I see it all now. I am the Lord's maid, ready to serve. Let it be with me, just as you say. I ran straight away to Elizabeth's home.
When Mary came through my door, the baby I had been carrying for 6 months leapt in my womb with joy. I was so filled with the Holy Spirit that I sang out, Mary, 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 you are so blessed. You got yourself a babe, and that could be a mess. But the Lord is good, the Lord is true, and he will totally look after you. The moment you're getting hit in my ears, the babe in my womb kept knowing no fears. He skipped like a lamb, full of joy. I bet this December I won't have to buy him a toy. Blessed are you, chosen of God. Blessed are you, I give you the nod.
Well, that is the worst rap ever.
Elizabeth, I'm bursting with God's news. I'm dancing the song with Savior God because he chose me. Yeah, he gave me the nod. How lucky am I? Peaches and pie. Blessings flow down from God like the bow that he tied on the present of him. It won't be forgotten because it wasn't a whim. He has chosen the poor to sit down to a table. The callous rich were left out in the stable. He embraced his chosen child, Israel, and said, now I have a tale to tell. God told Abraham a blessing. He'd be but a small child, be nailed to a tree, so that we could be free,
Well, I stand corrected. That was the worst rap I ever heard.
Yeah? How about this?
Wow, that was great. Let's give Mary all a round of applause. And I'm pretty sure I'm in love.
Love? Elizabeth, what about Joseph?
Da da da.
What do you mean she's pregnant? Well, this is a disgrace. I'll be the laughing stock of the entire town. What do I do? What do I do? I know. I'll send her a text. Tell her it's over between us. Nah, texting is too informal. I'm a stand-up guy, by the way. I'll just have to break it off quietly. How could Mary do this to me? We were engaged, to be married, and now this? What will my parents say? What will my pastor say? Oh, this is all too much to bear. The stress is making me tired. I think I'll sleep on it.
Joseph, son of David, don't hesitate to get married. Mary's pregnancy is spirit conceived. God's Holy Spirit has made her pregnant. She will bring a son to birth, and when she does, you, Joseph, will name him Jesus, God saves, because he will save his people from their sins.
This would bring my prophecy to full term. Get it? Full term. Ages ago, I spoke these words. Watch for this. A virgin will get pregnant and bear a son. They will name him Emmanuel, Hebrew for God is with us.
What an awesome dream. I must tell Mary. Mary, will you marry me?
Well, that's confusing, Joe. Mary, will you marry me? It sounds like too many Marys. There's got to be a better way. No, Joe, I am pregnant.
I know, the angel said everything was going to be alright. It's all according to God's plan. Mary, will you be my wife if you'll still have me?
Yes. How are we going to do this, Joe? I mean, this is a big responsibility. Raising God's son? What if we screw it up?
Nothing is impossible for God. We just need to trust that God will make everything come out alright in the end. Besides, this is what God promised to all humanity. This is what the world needs now.
So a census was decreed by Caesar Augustus, and Mary and Joseph had to travel to the town of Bethlehem where Joseph was born, and they used me to take them. Did I tell you I traveled 90 miles? My back is killing me. So we traveled to Jerusalem. No, we didn't. We traveled to Bethlehem, and Mary and Joseph, what did Mary and Joseph do?
They ran into another problem.
They ran into another problem. I heard an angel somewhere. So Mary, here I got it, I want it. Mary is 9 months pregnant and about ready to have her baby. And then they run into another problem.
Do you have somewhere we might stay?
It's Christmas in Bethlehem. All the inns are booked tight. You should have called ahead. There's no room for you in the inn.
Called ahead? With what? Soup cans and a string? Anyway, please give mercy on me and my wife. She's about to give birth.
Is that so? How long have you been married?
6 months.
That don't add up, mister. I run a respectable place around here. But I am not without a heart. You can stay with your donkey in the stable.
The stable?
I'm bored. Watching sheep is so boring.
Me too. Nothing ever happens in this one donkey town.
What's a donkey gotta do to get some respect around here?
I know. Let's sing a campfire song.
I love it.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
Get out of here.
Hey, shepherds. Wait a minute. You're all women. Maybe I should call you sheeperds. Either way, don't be afraid. I'm here to announce a great and joyful event that is meant for everyone worldwide. A Savior has just been born in David's town. A Savior who is both Messiah and Master. This is what you're to look for. A baby wrapped in a blanket and lying in a manger.
Let's go over to Bethlehem as fast as we can and see for ourselves what God has revealed to us.
So the shepherds ran to Bethlehem, and they came to the stable, the manger, and they saw exactly what the angel had said. There was Mary, Joseph, and the babe lying in a manger. Seeing was believing. And everyone they met, they told them. They told them what the angel had told them, who this child was. And so Mary heard all these things and held them deep within her heart. And the shepherds left praising joyously to God, because everything that they had been told was true.
All things are possible with God. So we agree on the name? Jesus. God saves.
Well, that's pretty good story. I like it. 4 out of 5 stars. Can't wait for it to come on now. So, but why did everyone keep saying that this child is what the world needs now? It's just a baby.
Well, that's it, Harry. It was just a baby. In this manger scene, we sometimes forget what happened here, don't we? How many of you have your manger scenes up yet? All right, this is the first Sunday in Advent. Get them up there. Don't put baby Jesus or Mary in, right? It's waiting for them. But in your manger scene, how many of you have a Roman soldier?
No.
How many of you have Caesar Augustus?
No.
If this would be true, this would be accurate. This is the world where God invaded. They were the powers to be. And we often think that they're the evil powers. But it's not so. This manger scene is set in a cosmic battle. We have to remember that God came to the earth in the form of Jesus Christ, dropped into occupied territory by the power of sin and death. There was a cosmic thing going on in this manger scene, a powerful thing. There was evil in the world. There was death in the world. And God came as himself to make it right. God came in the form of Jesus Christ. But that means evil's been defeated, right? Christ has gone to the cross. Because people are mean-hearted. People are hard-headed. So we don't want to follow the example of Jesus. I don't want to love my neighbor. I don't want to love those that persecute me. I want to do what I want to do. Jesus came to show us the perfectness of God. There's a battle. As we said before, we've got to be far-sighted about that battle. There's victory over death. There's a promise that every tear will be wiped from your eyes. The lion will lie down with the lamb. The man will know war no more. But as a church, we stand in that tension. The here and now, but the not yet. And as a church, we are called to be the light in the darkness. Jesus came and said, I'm going to establish my church. There'll be a light in the darkness, and the darkness shall not overcome. That's what you do when you're called a Christian. You want to remind yourself of that. Put your daily newspaper in front of your Advent, in front of your creche, in front of your manger every day. And be reminded of how desperately the world needs hope. How desperately the world needs the light. And so this Advent season, I'm going to encourage you to forget about yourself. Because you're not getting a present, Secretary. You will. Forget about yourself and start figuring out how this Advent season, I'm going to be the light. How am I bringing hope? Who am I bringing hope to? Who's lonely? Who's depressed? Who's sick? Sending cards is wonderful and beautiful. Send yourself. Send yourself. What relationships are severed in your lives? Siblings you don't talk to? Relationships that are rocky? Bring the light. Be the hope. The world is desperate for it. You are that hope. To come and bring this gospel story. That evil did not win. That cosmic battle still rages. It rages between good and evil many times. That's right down the center of our own heart. So to remind yourself, to be the good, to be the better place that God has already made in the world. And that better place is His church. And so, Harry, did you fall asleep?
Not quite.
Not quite. And so this season, figure out how you're bringing the light, how you're being the hope. Because Christ has won this victory. We're just not there yet. We're not there yet. That's what the church says. We know it's coming. And we're going to proclaim it with our last breath.
So do you really expect me to believe all this? I mean, it's impossible.
What the world needs now is hope where there is none.
What the world needs now is a reason to have joy.
What the world needs now is to believe this really happened.
What the world needs now is peace.
What the world needs now is love. Sweet love brought by the Son of God.
Patient with us. I'd like to invite your puppeteers to come out. They worked very hard on this.